Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. JMeter While Controller, a comprehensive guide. The JMeter While Controller is a powerful logic controller that allows you to execute a group of samplers repeatedly based on a condition. It's invaluable for simulating scenarios where actions need to be performed until a specific state is reached, a condition is met, or a counter reaches a certain value. This tutorial will provide a detailed explanation of the while controller, how to use it effectively, and cover various use cases with code examples. 1. Understanding the while controller. The while controller executes its child elements, samplers, logic controllers, etc., repeatedly as long as a specified condition evaluates to true. The condition can be based on asterisk variables asterisk the value of a JMeter variable, example $counter, $status. Asterisk functions that return true or false, example __jexcel3, __ groovy. Asterisk last sample result asterisk the success or failure of the previous sampler, using $JMeter thread.last _sample _ok. 2. When to use a while controller. Asterisk polling asterisk when you need to repeatedly check a resource, example an API endpoint, until it reaches a desired state. For example, you might poll an API until a job completes and returns a success status. Asterisk looping until a condition is met asterisk you might need to loop through data until you find a specific value or until a certain number of iterations have been performed with a desired outcome. Asterisk dynamic iteration asterisk you might need to execute a block of actions until a condition related to the system under test changes dynamically, example while a server is responding with errors, retry after a delay. Asterisk simulating user behavior asterisk represent user actions that are performed repeatedly based on a dynamic condition, example trying to log in until successful, searching for a product until found. 3. Adding a while controller to your test plan. 1. Open JMeter asterisk launch the JMeter application. 2. Create a test plan. If you don't have one, right-click on Test Plan in the left panel and select Add-Threads, Users, -Thread Group. 3. Add samplers to the thread group asterisk right-click on the thread group and add HTTP requests, for API testing, JDBC request, for database testing, or other appropriate samplers. These are the samplers that will be executed repeatedly within the while controller. 4. Add the while controller asterisk right-click on the thread group, or a higher level element like a simple controller, and select Add-Logic Controller-While Controller. 5. Configure the while controller asterisk select the while controller. In the configuration panel, you'll see a condition field. This is where you define the expression that determines whether the loop continues. 6. Move samplers into the while controller asterisk drag and drop the samplers that you want to be executed repeatedly underneath the while controller in the test tree. These samplers become children of the while controller. 4. Configuring the while controller, the condition field. The condition field is the heart of the while controller. Here's a breakdown of the common ways to define the condition. Asterisk direct Boolean values, very rare you can directly enter true or false. Using true will create an infinite loop, unless you break it within the loop using a counter and an if controller. Using false will cause the controller to never execute its children. This approach is rarely used directly but can be used in conjunction with variables set within the loop. Asterisk variables and comparisons asterisk you can compare the value of a JMeter variable to a constant or another variable. Common operators include asterisk equals equals, equals. Asterisk, equals, not equals. Asterisk, greater than. Asterisk, less than. Asterisk equals, greater than or equal to. Asterisk equals, less than or equal to. Example. Asterisk dollar counter 10, loop as long as the variable counter is less than 10. Asterisk dollar status, equals success, loop as long as the variable status is not equal to success. Asterisk functions that return Boolean values asterisk. Asterisk underscore underscore jexl3, expression, asterisk evaluates a JEXL expression and returns true or false. JEXL is a powerful expression language. It supports a wide range of operators and functions. Recommended. Asterisk underscore underscore groovy, expression, asterisk evaluates a groovy script and returns true or false. Groovy provides more advanced scripting capabilities than JEXL. Powerful, but heavier on resources if used extensively. Example. Asterisk dollar underscore underscore jexl3, dollar counter 10, same as dollar counter 10 but using JEXL. JEXL will evaluate the whole expression and will return true or false. Asterisk dollar underscore underscore groovy, VARS get, status, equals success, using groovy to compare the status variable to success. Asterisk dollar JMeter thread dot last underscore sample underscore OK asterisk this special variable indicates whether the previous sampler executed successfully. Asterisk dollar JMeter thread dot last underscore sample underscore OK equals true, loop as long as the previous sampler was successful. Asterisk dollar JMeter thread dot last underscore sample underscore OK equals false, loop as long as the previous sampler failed. This can be useful for implementing retry logic. Important asterisk the JMeter thread dot last underscore sample underscore OK variable is only valid within the same thread. If you're using multiple threads, each thread will have its own value. 5. Practical examples with code snippets. Let's explore some common use cases with detailed explanations and JMeter code examples. Example 1, looping until a job completes, polling. This is a classic use case where you repeatedly check an API endpoint until a job's status changes to completed or failed. Test plan structure asterisk. One thread group asterisk. Asterisk HTTP request, start job asterisk sends a request to start the job and retrieves the job ID. Use a JSON extractor to extract the job ID from the response. Let's assume you store the job ID in a variable called $job ID. Asterisk while controller asterisk. Asterisk condition asterisk dollar underscore underscore jexl3, dollar status, equals completed and dollar status, equals failed, loop as long as the status is not completed and not failed. Asterisk HTTP request, check job status asterisk sends a request to check the job status using the $job ID. Asterisk JSON extractor asterisk extracts the status field from the response of the check job status request. Store the status in a variable called $status. Asterisk constant timer asterisk adds a delay, example 5 seconds, between each poll request to avoid overwhelming the server. This is crucial. Code snippet, HTTP request, check job status. Code snippet, JSON extractor, check job status. Explanation asterisk. 1. The start job request initiates the job and retrieves the unique ID. 2. The while controller's condition checks if the $status variable is neither completed nor failed. 3. Inside the loop, the check job status request retrieves the current status of the job. 4. The JSON extractor updates the $status variable with the new status retrieved from the response. 5. The constant timer introduces a delay between each status check. 6. The loop continues until the $status is either completed or failed. Example 2, retrying a failed request, error handling. This scenario demonstrates how to retry a request if it fails, up to a maximum number of attempts. Test plan structure *. 1 thread group *. Counter * initializes a counter, example retry count, to 0. While controller *. Condition *$ $_jexcel3, $JMeter thread last _sample OK == false and end $retry count 3, loop as long as the previous sampler failed and the retry count is less than 3. HTTP request, API request * sends the request that might fail. If controller * checks if the request failed, $JMeter thread last _sample OK == false. Counter * increments the retry count variable by 1. Constant timer * adds a delay, example 2 seconds, before the next retry. Code snippet, counter, initialization. Explanation *. 1. The counter initializes retry count to 0. 2. The while controller checks if the previous HTTP request failed and the retry count is less than 3. 3. If the HTTP request fails. The if controller triggers. The counter increments retry count. The constant timer adds a delay. 4. The loop continues until the HTTP request succeeds or retry count reaches 3. Example 3, looping based on data extracted from a previous response. This example illustrates how the while controller can be used to process data extracted from a response until a specific condition is met. Imagine you're fetching pages of data from an API. You keep fetching pages as long as the response contains a next page token. Test plan structure *. 1 thread group *. While controller *. Condition *$ $_jexcel3, $next page token == loop as long as the next page token variable is not empty. HTTP request, fetch page * sends a request to fetch a page of data. It uses the $next page token if it exists, for subsequent pages. The first request would not include the next page token. JSON extractor * extracts the next page token from the response of the fetch page request. Store the token in a variable called $next page token. If there is no next page token, the JSON extractor will set the variable to an empty string due to the default value. Code snippet, HTTP request, fetch page. Code snippet, JSON extractor. Explanation * 1. The while controller checks if the next page token variable is not empty. 2. Initially, next page token is empty, due to the default value in the JSON extractor the first time the loop runs. 3. The fetch page request retrieves a page of data. The first request fetches the first page. Subsequent requests include the next page token in the query parameters. 4. The JSON extractor extracts the next page token from the response. 5. If a next page token is found, the loop continues. If no next page token is present in the response, the JSON extractor sets the variable to an empty string, and the while controller's condition evaluates to false, terminating the loop. Example 4, limiting loop execution with a counter. Sometimes, you need to prevent infinite loops even if the condition is never met. Using a counter is a safe way to ensure the loop doesn't run indefinitely. Test plan structure *. 1 thread group *. Counter * initializes a counter, example loop count, to 0, and increments it by 1 in each iteration. While controller *. Asterisk condition asterisk dollar underscore underscore jexcel3, dollar loop count 10 and dollar status, equals success, loop as long as loop count is less than 10 and status is not success. Asterisk HTTP request, API call asterisk makes an API call that changes the status. Asterisk JSON extractor asterisk extract the status from the API call. Asterisk constant timer asterisk adds a delay, example 1 second. Explanation asterisk. This example combines a counter, loop count, with another condition, status. The loop will stop when either the status becomes success or the loop count reaches 10, whichever comes first. This is a good practice to avoid infinite loops, especially when dealing with external systems where the expected condition might not always be met. 6. Important considerations and best practices. Asterisk avoid infinite loops asterisk carefully design your conditions to ensure the loop will eventually terminate. Consider using a combination of conditions and a counter to limit the number of iterations. Infinite loops can consume excessive resources and cause your test to fail. Asterisk use timers asterisk always include timers within the while controller to avoid overwhelming the server with rapid requests. This simulates more realistic user behavior and prevents denial of service-like behavior. Asterisk variable scope asterisk understand the scope of your variables. Variables defined within a thread are local to that thread. If you're using multiple threads, each thread will have its own copy of the variable. Asterisk error handling asterisk implement proper error handling within the loop. Check the response codes of your HTTP requests and handle errors accordingly. You might want to log the errors, retry the request, or terminate the loop. Asterisk default values for extractors asterisk always provide default values for your extractors, like JSON extractor or regular expression extractor. This prevents errors when the value being extracted is not found in the response and prevents unexpected loop behavior. For example, set the default value of a status to pending when the loop begins. Asterisk performance considerations asterisk be mindful of the performance impact of using Groovy scripting in the while controller. While Groovy offers flexibility, it can be more resource intensive than using JEXL or built-in JMeter functions. Use it judiciously. Asterisk debugging asterisk use view results tree listener to inspect the values of variables and the responses from your samplers. This helps you understand how the while controller is behaving and identify any issues. Add debug samplers to output variables to the console. 7. Troubleshooting common issues. Asterisk loop doesn't execute asterisk double check the while controller's condition. Ensure the variables used in the condition are correctly defined and initialized. Verify that the condition evaluates to true at least once for the loop to begin. Look at the values of your variables with a debug sampler. Asterisk loop doesn't terminate, infinite loop carefully review the condition. Make sure the variables used in the condition are being updated correctly within the loop, and that the condition will eventually evaluate to false. Add a counter to limit the number of iterations and prevent infinite loops. Look at the values of your variables with a debug sampler to see why the loop is not terminating. Asterisk variables not found asterisk ensure that the variables you're using are defined and in scope. Variables defined within a thread are local to that thread. Variables can also be scoped to the thread group or test plan. Use debug sampler to view the values of the variables you're using. Asterisk incorrect values in variables asterisk verify that the extractors are correctly configured to extract the desired values from the responses. Check the regular expressions or JSON paths used in the extractors. 8. Advanced techniques. Asterisk nested while controllers asterisk you can nest while controllers within each other to create more complex looping logic. Be cautious when nesting controllers, as it can make your test plan more difficult to understand and maintain. Ensure you have appropriate conditions and timers in each loop to prevent infinite loops or performance issues. Combining with other logic controllers. The while controller can be effectively combined with other logic controllers, such as if controllers, for each controllers, and transaction controllers, to create sophisticated test scenarios. By understanding the concepts and examples presented in this comprehensive guide, you'll be well equipped to leverage the power of the JMeter while controller to create robust and realistic performance tests. Remember to carefully plan your test logic, handle errors gracefully, and monitor the performance of your test plan to ensure accurate and reliable results. Remember to use a debug sampler to print out variables as your script runs.